Welcome to Living Room Requests, my scarf collection. Matt Redman here on Many Instruments.
That's exactly correct. Thanks for sticking with us now for over 420 of these. We're going to start with a great request from...
Jeff and Andy from the New World.
That's right.
From a song from the New World. This is Samuel Barber's Sure on This Shining Night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sure on this shining night of star-made shadows round, kindness must watch for me this side the ground. The lady lies down the north, all is healed, all is health. High summer holds the earth. Hearts all whole. Sure on this shining night I weep for wandering far alone of shadows on the stars. It's a masterful song, that. Unfortunately, I'd used this as a sort of bookmark, the next number, and when I turned the page, it was blended right in until I realized,
really
poor
well,
Matt,
the
he's
music.
not got the next page to look at. You'll
No,
see
I
that
just
in the
saw
playback.
the key for that, and I thought that would work
Whoa,
really well
how'd
on
that
my
work?
vintage American guitar with the plectrum and the metal strings, which it did. And if you like this, I urge you sincerely to go back to this channel, scroll
And
back,
see Elgar.
and look at the Elgar sea pictures that we did by the sea. You'll see the thumbnail, you'll see the dark thumbnail and the funny clothes, and this guitar. And if you enjoy that sort of thing, you can support our work on Patreon in the link in the description. You can find Patricia's Instagram. There's some behind the scenes and some in front of the scenes pictures.
Yeah, you'll see
of,
behind this
You'll
dress.
see this one. Go there for that.
Yeah, you want to see behind the dress?
And,
There's only one way to do that.
You can like the video if you like this sort of thing.
Unless I turn unexpectedly,
Subscribe
which I'm not going
if not.
Yes.
And,
Right now.
I'll give you a flavour of some of the instruments that you can see whilst I pick up another.
Another instrument. This is In a Mellow Tone by Duke Ellington, and it is from Rog. It is from Rog. And
Move the stand over a bit.
move the stand over. Ooh, live.
Bit more.
Live. This is. Ooh. There's a. Oh. I don't know if that's coming into your view line or not.
Keep talking.
Keep talking. In a Mellow Tone. Yes, Rog has a genius for asking for things I've never heard of before. And I have vast swathes of ignorance that are being gradually filled up in a small way throughout these 400 and some requests that we've had this past year.
This is a competition for big band, and it's from the early 40s, but then somebody put the lyrics to it. Patricia's going to find her secret weapon for
I
the
know
end.
where they are.
And
Don't
I've
you
got
worry.
mine one there.
Don't you worry.
And that's that, basically.
That's that. in a mellow tone.
Thank you.
In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company, everything's okay. The livelong day with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. In a mellow tone, that's the way to live. If you mope and groan, something's got to give. So go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company, everything's okay. The livelong day with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. In a mellow tone, that's the way to live. If you mope and groan, something's gotta give. So go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. Blah. Yeah, you see, if we had a regular gig, like, hey guys, give us a regular gig, then I'd be able to pick these up and go, okay, the angle at which I must play them is like that.
Or we experiment. Hey, listen,
"Da-dum,"
if you
and I
thought it was excessive to erect a stand for the glockenspiel to play
then
a
you
single
don't know
note,
us very well.
then you'd be wrong. But I'll tell you something else. I fiddled with the accordion at the beginning because I dropped the accordion, unfortunately, a few seconds before we did this, when we were practicing. And
You didn't
all
drop
of
it.
the,
You put it down carefully,
well, it
but
fell
there was
over.
a ledge.
Yeah, it was a ledge.
The bottom of a lamp.
Yeah, it fell over, and all the buttons were the wrong way out. But anyway,
It's all right.
it's fine.
I came in late. It was fine, but it's jazz. There's
So
no wrong.
We'll get rid of this now.
Now, this has been requested by John, and John's in another new world. There's a couple of new worlds going on, this is this. I love it when in the past sometimes people would get their sheet music and then they would put it together. They'd have it bound. So this is not a book as you might imagine. It's bound copies of sheet music. There's all sorts of things in here. And you're trying to keep it to what? You're trying to keep it to 15 minutes. Anyway, so...
Leighton and Jonathan, beautiful.
It's wonderful.
Fantastic.
And
musicians.
it happens that John's request is in here. Look at that.
All by yourself in the moonlight.
This must have been a what do you call that? Anyway, there's a there's very English words. We're going to particularly English first. And he's going to play
And I'm going to play this for ukulele.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Comedy Foxtrot. Boys were made for girls, girls were made for boys, made to share each other's cares and joys. Life without a mate is like an empty plate. What did Adam say before he met his fate? There ain't no sense sitting on a fence all by yourself in the moonlight. There ain't no thrill by the watermill all by yourself in the moonlight. There ain't no fun sitting beneath the trees, giving yourself a hug, giving yourself a squeeze. Life's a farce, sitting on the grass when you're all by yourself in the moonlight. He's must have the she's must have the he's, otherwise it'd be no family trees. Even in the zoos, they keep 'em there in twos, out there be no little kangaroos. It gets your goat riding in a boat, all by yourself in the moonlight. It's all a fake, swimming in the lake, all by yourself in the moonlight. No, it ain't make sense, sitting upon the sands, whispering to yourself, ain't the scenery grand? There ain't no whim when you go to swim, all by yourself in the moonlight. Johnson bought a car, one day went too far, crashed into a lamppost, awful jar, landed on his head, thought that he was dead, till a sweetie picked him up and gently said, there ain't no sense sitting on a fence, all by yourself in the moonlight. There ain't no thrill by the watermill, all by yourself in the moonlight. There ain't no fun sitting beneath the trees, giving yourself a hug, giving yourself a squeeze. Life's a farce, sitting on your when you're all by yourself in the moonlight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That was a jolly fun song.
There are 9 verses to that song. If somebody wants to request them, you go to the link in the description, you click on Make Your Song, Make Your Request, takes you to Patricia's website, you pay the money on PayPal, it's £33, $47. Say goodbye. There's many in this book.
Oh, yes.
And much fun to be had in old vintage songs and
There
antique
sure
ones
is.
and modern ones. See you next time.
See you next time.
Thank you so
Hopefully,
much.
Please.
Bye-bye.
Bye.